Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Hello, Buckeye Nation. Jeff Rash here, and welcome to the Gilmer Coaches Show. I'm here with the head coach and athletic director of the Gilmer Buckeyes, Mr. Alan Metzel. Alan, congratulations on yet another win.
Thank you, sir.
You guys are racking these up.
We want to keep it going
And this wasn't just any win. For those of you that were in the stadium, you got to see the presentation at the end of the game. For those of you that were able to muscle through the cold and the wind and stay and watch that, we had a very special presentation, and that was that the Gilmer Buckeyes isn't that cool that it happened when you were your first year at head coach? Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I stumble into 700 wins.
Yeah. 700 wins in our 107-year history. Now, that everybody says, great, 700 wins, what does that mean? Let me explain that a little bit. There are only 14 other schools in the state of Texas out of over 1,400 football programs in the state of Texas that have accomplished that. Gilmer is number 15 in the state of Texas. So top 1% when it comes to all-time wins. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty awesome. It's neat to be a part of something that it's not just a flash. You know, we have the heritage, the legacy of all those teams all the way back to World War II era, and, you know, it's just pretty neat.
It is pretty cool. When you think about the people that coached on this field, have played on this field, leaders in the community that are still here that played on this field and came back home and, you know, make this town great, and it's just kind of cool.
It is, and it's part of what makes it special to be a Buckeye. You know, it's why when you go to McDonald's or you go to Slotsky's or wherever, Bubba's, and you're talking with people and they want to know about the Buckeyes, well, they are one. You know, they're not just attaching themselves. They are Buckeyes, and they've been through the wins, so it makes it really neat.
It is a neat deal. So everybody that's congratulations to everybody that's ever coached or played on this field, because you put 1 or 2 or 10 or 20 of those wins on that board,
on that list.
and then now you guys got to enjoy the
it was fun.
700.
The
That's
fruit
really
of it. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And I heard that you went into the locker room before the game and wrote 699 on the board.
Correct.
And what did you tell the boys about this?
Well, I just talked to them about how they are a piece of something that's so big, you know. And anytime we're always talking about play with the understanding that this is bigger than you, you know. And here we are. I said seniors, you know, we won 6, you know, that are attributed to you. So you have all these wins that are mounting, and that's part of the legacy. It's part of the momentum. And so we want to keep this thing rolling.
It's kind of cool.
It is.
And I understand that you guys, one of your biggest fans, Russ Green, has been in the hospital recently.
You bet.
And he's out now, and we're glad. Russ, glad you're better.
But
you guys sent him a football,
We
right?
did.
Yeah.
You know, Russ is he's at everything. I mean, he's out there filming when we come out for Meet the Buckeyes or, you know, Picture Day. He's there for 7-on-7 games, filming guys. Yeah. He's so into the program. And, you know, all the guys, they know him.
Oh, yeah.
They know him. They may not, you know, have conversed a lot, but they know who he is.
Yeah.
And they appreciate him. And so when they heard he was sick, I was like, hey, what do you think about this? They're like, absolutely. And they, you know, grabbing that Sharpie and just wanting to get that to him. I thought that was good.
I thought that was nice, too. So, Russ, we're glad you're there, and we're thankful for all that the Gilmer Mirror does for the. I mean, you open the Gilmer Mirror, that's where you can see what's going on in all the schools.
That's right.
They do a great job. So let's talk some football.
Okay.
So congratulations on the 700 win and the win the other night. But now let's talk about this game because it was a live wire.
It was.
This was a fun game to watch. If you're a football fan, I don't know what it's like to coach in those kind of games.
It's good.
But it was fun for a fan, especially that first half. It was just, you know, a battle. Those guys were big. They're strong. They always come. Ellie's always going to be that way.
Always athletic.
There's several teams you can count on just bringing it every time, and they're one of them. They had at least 3 linemen, if not 4, that were over 300 pounds.
Oh, yeah, 330 plus.
Yeah, and then they had 3 down linemen that were just giving us fits all night, getting good penetration.
Right.
So they had size, they had athleticism, they had speed, but boy, there's a couple things I want to point out before we even get into talking about the game. First of all, the defense, once again,
dominated.
I'm
the front.
telling you, you remember the 2004 defense?
Oh yeah.
This is that defense to me.
Mm-hmm.
This defense is stingy, right?
They are.
I mean,
And they
can you think of
swarm.
another year that had a defense this good? I mean, think about it.
Well, we've had some good ones. 09 was a tough one. Luis Castro up there on the front, he was really good. You got Pudgy. When Pudgy played D-line, he was a game wrecker up there. All those years, 14 was pretty talented. You know, so we've had some good ones. This is one of those that's working to get in the mix with those championship defenses.
They really are. It's a good defense, and they've
yes.
been good and consistent.
They have.
I think, especially up front. I mean, they play. We've played against some good backs this year,
And
and
good
nobody
lines.
can appreciate them because we've shut them down.
Right.
I mean, we've not had anybody really run
Other than the
on us.
Lindale game where they
Yeah.
got on us a little bit.
Yeah, they did. Well, and then you think Carthage with
Right.
that
The massive line.
NFL line they had in front of
They
them. I
moved
mean,
us.
but other than that, those guys have played tight. So I think we've done a good job this year with outside containment.
Yes.
Secondary's
Much better.
playing good. I mean, defense has just been crushing it.
9 sacks the other night.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Offense also playing. Hit and miss. When they're hit, it is on.
Exactly.
It's as good as we've ever been. When we're not, we're not.
We sputter.
Yeah, we
Right.
sputter. So still trying to work some of the kinks
Correct.
out there, but
Correct.
man, you can feel that it's there.
there.
It's there.
It's there.
It's just putting it together.
Correct.
So we had everybody's going to wonder about this. Everybody that dials in is going to wonder if we're going to talk about this. Had a little skirmish.
Right.
That's nothing new when we play LE. LE has a history of that. In fact, last year you were just pointing out they had 15 guys that got thrown out, suspended.
Yeah, in their game against Waco La Vega, they had
So
an issue.
there's a attitude issue, whatever you want to call it, over there that they need to work on. So what exactly went down? What can you tell us about what you were saying? Because you were giving them what for at the in the middle of the field. So what was it about?
Well, it's just, those things are very unfortunate. We don't accept that. And I want to say this too. Coach Dewoski Davis that's there, he is really working to get a lot of those things fixed. So I want to make sure he's a quality person. But some of the things that took place didn't have anything to do with our guy. And I felt like we ended up being the victim of some wrong things. And then I didn't like how it transpired as far as the way the call went. I felt like some of the things were just, we'll just have offsetting and move on and just don't do anything in the future. Well, that didn't help us. They were, because of some penalties that they had called, then one of our guys has to go out of the game, and their guy didn't.
And he was the guy on the bottom of the pile. Yeah.
And so anyway, I was frustrated with that. There's things that I can do from a standpoint of writing reports and so forth, and I'll follow through on those things.
Yeah, it's good. So Brandon took a pretty good shot.
He did. He got his bell rung, hit his head on the ground, and from a precaution standpoint, we took him out, and he was done for the rest of the game. He was good at the end of the night. Had no headaches. Was
he's
pretty
good to
clear.
go.
He's
Good.
pretty good. We'll be cautious moving forward.
Yeah, he may not have to play this next week.
We'll see.
Yeah.
You bet.
So Mason steps in,
He did.
and if you're the other team, you're thinking, oh man, their quarterback's out. Now we got a shot. Not really, brother.
Pretty seamless.
Yeah, very seamless.
Yes.
And I thought, of course, we know Mason can throw the ball. Mason's a good quarterback.
Right.
I mean, the
2
difference
years.
between those two guys is not that great, in my opinion.
You're talking about a senior who's led people to the playoffs. 2 years already. And so for him, there's just a confidence level. It wasn't like we were going, well, we can't run this and we can't run that.
No.
We just rolled.
Yeah.
And he made the plays.
Run the offense.
Yeah.
But didn't look a bit rusty.
No.
Looked like he'd been playing the last 6 or 7
Exactly.
games. So
Exactly.
I thought Mason did a great job.
Super job.
Stepped in. He's going to be good wherever he is on the
Correct.
field. But I thought he did great. So hopefully BT's good to go.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about some of the plays that you've
bet.
selected for us here today. This first one, speaking of Mason,
Yes.
this is when he was still at his outside receiver position. This is
Right.
a fly route early in the game.
Exactly. This is really, I thought it was a critical play for us because it got us going. We were kind of sputtering. We had dropped a pass on the first series and, just didn't really get going. And so we call a go route to Mason, and here he is, beats his guy off the ball. Brandon does a great job throwing it outside. Mason high points it, goes up over the DB, 56-yard play. That's huge in a momentum turn. And so here we are now on about the 10 or 11 yard line, and I've got circled Davion Smith, and so we're going to give him the ball. He does a great job of seeing what's there and reading. He's patient, and he waits for the things. When you're running zone blocking schemes, you have to kind of be patient and get to the heel line. So here he is. He sticks his foot, works his way back across the offensive line,
finds a hole,
and scores.
This next one is BT.
Right.
He had a good score. Now I didn't think this has happened a couple of times to me this year, so I'm going to stop calling it, especially while we're on air. I'm going to stop saying, "Oh, he's not going to make it."
In fact, I don't know. I would say he probably will.
I'm going to start doing that because I know he had a block you're going to show here in a minute from Smith that set this up, but he just springs out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden, boom, end zone.
He has a real knack when he's running the ball, and right before people hit him, he just has the ability to turn subtly, which great ones do, and slip right into the end zone. So here he is, and he's going to get outside. They were bringing a lot of pressure inside. I've got Davion circled here. You can watch him finish up this defender who might have made the play, just put him on his back. Brandon slips inside the corner, touchdown.
But it's just, he's walking a tightrope literally on the sideline.
No doubt.
I thought he just ran out of room. And then all of a sudden he just pops out there. So great job there by BT. This next one's big. Luke had a great job.
He did.
He had a great defensive night. I thought one of his better games.
No doubt.
This is a sack and strip.
You're right. And you're going to see him here. I've got him circled. He's going to come off the edge. He's in kind of a controlled blitz. He's checking his outside. The guy scrambles up inside, but Luke doesn't stop. Here he comes, gets the sack and strip. Jerron Choice picks up the ball. Jerron gets a great return here. Watch Matt Burton on this block right here, which gives us another 10 yards or so. So great job by the defense right there.
Talking about another guy that had a good night was Matt Burton.
Oh, no doubt.
He has just been devastating on that whole D line. Those guys have just
they've got a great
Borda, all those guys just really doing well.
You bet.
This is one of Dylan's first touchdowns.
You bet. We've got we get down here in the red zone, and I've got him circled again here. We're going to run a vertical route. We cross our receivers, and then he hits into the seam. Brandon does a great job looking off safeties, and then turns back to him. You can see the seam that we're looking to hit right there. Throws it high enough where the corner can't slide back under it, and scores. Big play.
Yeah, big play there. And then this next one was kind of frustrating because this is an interception that Luke made that you feel like is clean.
Yeah.
I think it's clean, but we didn't get it.
We didn't get it. I've got him circled here. He's playing out in space against trips now, and he does a great job getting depth into the curl zone. Quarterback rolls out. Luke you can see his head's on a swivel. He sees the defender and dives back in. So at this point, he and the offensive guy both have the ball, but you're going to see him pull it away from his body, from the offender's body, and he has the ball. You can see all our guys just jumping up and down, going crazy. Official runs up, getting his hand to say it's our ball, and then it, for some reason, got overruled.
We had several things in this game that's got to be frustrating to you as a coach. I could name just a few. One was that interception we didn't get. One was, and it was legitimate. We ran a 83-yard
punt return
back that got called back because somebody lost their helmet, and kept playing.
They
have
to stop. It's just tough. That's a tough one.
You're in that mode. It's hard to pull off.
It's hard to practice that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
So
and then you had, for example, we had the drops Friday night.
No, offensively and defensively.
Absolutely.
I know.
They were dropping potential interceptions.
Right.
They dropped at least 7 offensive.
Wide open passes.
Wide open stuff we catch like
all the time.
Every 100% of the time.
Right.
One of the ones that I know killed Mason was the double pass where he had Smith wide open
and just short armed.
He 99 times out of 100 that's going to be on the money every time. Yeah. So we just kind of had some things that you've got to be looking at going,
it was frustrating.
You got to be kidding me.
Right.
But still played well enough to have the game in hand.
The deal there is whenever, we talk about you're not going to have perfect execution. It's perfect effort. We have to be able to play the next play. Now, after the game, we're going to reflect and look at all the things we mess up. Yeah. In the game, it's got to be forget it, make the next one. And that's a mindset that makes you go ahead and score 35 on nights where you're sputtering.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
pretty important to be able to have that mindset. Okay, the next play.
So,
you know?
do you guys y'all watch film with the boys?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, do y'all do that on Saturdays?
We
or
actually
you
do that. We send them clips on Saturday, and then we watch it with them on Monday mornings.
So Monday mornings y'all are going to do film.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So tomorrow morning everybody will be in there.
That's right.
So y'all will go through there and look at that, and that's in an effort to. And then I'm guessing
Clean up the
at
mistakes.
the same time you're watching film of the next
That's
opponent.
exactly right.
Okay.
That's right.
So, so I was kind of wondering how you guys were handling that at this point. The next one is Dylan's screen,
Yes.
right across the middle, put it right on the money.
Exactly. We've got right here, you know, they're bringing a lot of blitzes. They're really working on putting heat on us. And so you can see Dylan down here at the bottom of the screen, and we're going to bring him across the formation, behind the line of scrimmage, dump the ball to him, and you can see our receivers downfield are just doing a fantastic job
look
of
at
cutting
that.
off the guys, and Dylan takes it in pretty easily.
Good blocking.
Yes.
Yeah, the receivers
Excellent job.
have done a good block. In fact, that's what really got, Marche was just blocking
No
the
doubt.
kid that and he got frustrated.
Right.
Because he's being blocked.
Right.
Right? He couldn't handle it. So this next one, we talked about Burton and the defensive line a while ago, which, man, you've got, how many defensive linemen? You guys are switching them out
We
constantly.
try and play about 9.
Okay,
You know,
so
that's the goal. Now, the other night we were down. Bryson Jimerson was hurt. Tristan McKeon was hurt.
Yeah.
We had several guys that were out with different injuries. So we weren't as deep the other night. But you had Braylon Ward that stepped up, and Derek Borda did.
Borda.
So we had, we actually had to play Luke down a little bit to
Yeah.
give us a little bit more depth the other night.
And but I thought they did a great
They did
job.
a fantastic
for having to
job.
play that much.
Yes.
And this is Burton's on one of the sacks they had.
Exactly. He does. He's so quick for a big guy. And you see Luke got penetration. The guy had to step up, and then Matt cleans up the tackle.
Yeah, that guy should be playing on Saturday somewhere.
He's very talented.
He's a talented kid.
He really is.
And I believe this was Dylan's interception.
That's
he had
right.
a great defensive game.
He picks up the guy. They run a little rail route. He's right in his hip pocket, picks off the pass, gets us a chance to get the ball back. I thought it was probably Dylan's most complete game of the year, offensively and defensively.
Yeah, he played extremely well on both sides of the ball.
He did.
And then this last one was Arona, who I want to point out is a sophomore.
Right.
But one of the toughest kids on this team. I'm telling you, man, this guy
He
is going to be fun to watch the next
No
2
doubt.
years.
He plays with reckless abandon.
He really does. This is he and Luke
He and Luke come off both
come
edges.
off and get a sack.
Right. This is, they're down there on the 6-yard line. It's a third down play, and here both of them come, and then they bring down the quarterback for a huge loss.
Yeah.
So
And so instead of being up here in scoring position,
Exactly.
they're not. So
Exactly.
it was a great game. It was a lot of fun to watch. It was a lot of fun to call. I was sad. A lot of our games, I'm like, all right, I'm tired. Let's go home. Run the clock. This one I was enjoying. I was enjoying the game. It was a competitive game. So this next week, we're going to be traveling up
to North Lamar.
North Lamar,
North of Paris.
and everybody I think has seen the score where Pittsburgh put up. I think it was 61-0, something like that. So obviously they're having a rebuilding year. So, I don't think you're.
Opponent.
I realize it. I know that. And that's where
Right.
you're going to go in with the
That's
boys,
right.
and you're going to say it
That's
doesn't
right.
matter who it is.
Faceless
But as a
opponent.
coach, knowing that Pleasant Grove is here the next week, do you start preparing for Pleasant Grove now?
Well, we've worked on them and on the Carthages throughout the year. Teams that you're going to face, and so you're working them in all year long. Will we continue to up that as you get closer to them? So, but you've got to take the step that you have this week. You've got to stay focused on that. But yes, there'll be things that we work on, in preparation for them.
Yeah. So we're going to North Lamar, and there is no JV.
We're going to have a 9th/JV game, I believe, against Paris here on Thursday night. Okay. And so it'll be some of our JV that will play with the freshmen, and then we'll have some of our JV that it looks like we're probably going to move up and help us out with some depth for our game Friday night.
Okay, keep everybody healthy
Yes,
and
right.
that kind of deal. So we're going to be traveling. We're going to be on the road.
Yes, sir.
And then the following week is
PG here.
It's kind of what we all estimated would happen. It's going to be a battle for the district championship at that point.
Should be. We're working towards that.
Yeah, if you can get past North Lamar.
That's the plan.
And So I'm not even going to ask for a score prediction. That'd
Don't
just
do
be,
it.
I'm
That's
not going
right.
to do it.
That's right.
So anyway, great job. The 700th win, that is cool. That's something we
awesome.
as a town get
Community.
to celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
we
everybody
do. Congratulations to Coach Schroeder, by the way, who got a win
Absolutely.
against La Tech last
Man,
night. That was good.
they are
It was a
doing
good day
an
for
awesome job.
Buckeyes,
It
man.
was.
It was a good weekend for Buckeye
That's
football.
right. We
all
love
the way
it.
around.
We love it.
Guys, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. We'll be back next week as we talk about the game at North Lamar and even more importantly, talk about what we're doing to prepare for what should be the battle for the district championship against our rival Pleasant Grove. So that should be very interesting. Coach, thanks, and
Thanks.
congratulations again.
Appreciate it. Thank you.